Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back. It's Travis here with JT Wealth. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 7 monthly dividend paying stocks with high yields that can help you create passive income faster and help grow your account with compounding interest. So let's get into it. All right, welcome back everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying your weekend. But as we get ready for the market opening tomorrow morning, I wanted to give you guys some food for thought. You all know I love dividend stocks and passive income. And the best way to create passive income for yourself is to invest in dividend stocks. But since most of those pay quarterly, we're going to take a look at those that pay monthly. I believe there are about 50 total of those, but we're going to look at 7 that I feel have the highest yield, but also the most likelihood to actually succeed in the long run. There are some out there with extremely high yields, but that's a result of the stock price being really low, them being down on the price. There's all sorts of reasons why you could be looking at an extremely high yield, but that's not necessarily always the best bet. And since there are 7 different stocks we're going to be looking at today, I'm going to go over it kind of quickly. And yes, I am going to give you all 7 before I dive into each one individually, so don't worry, you'll be able to screenshot the 7 and go look at them on your own if you want, and skip over the rest of the boring stuff you're not interested in. But before I get into the 7 stocks we're talking about today, hopefully you find some value in the video. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel as well. Alright guys, and the 7 stocks we're talking about today came out of an article from the Motley Fool, aptly titled 7 Best Monthly Dividend Stocks with High Yields. And we're taking a closer look at the top monthly income stocks with your yield focused investors, meaning you guys trying to make passive income. Now, some people would even go as far as to say that if you have monthly paying stocks, it aligns better with your normal bills, right? You're going to have bills coming in every month. So setting yourself up a portfolio with monthly dividend payers can help you really set up a recurring dividend payment plan that is just going to be perfect for passive income paying your bills. Now, it might not work out like that originally because who knows how much money you're going to invest in that portfolio. But after a period of time, you will have recurring monthly passive income that can pay your car bill or your rent or whatever the case is. And then eventually in retirement, that is where those payments really come in handy. All right, guys, and who doesn't love payday, right? So what we're going to look at today is 7 different stocks that are going to give you a payday every single month. Not 1 payday, not 2 paydays a month, 7 paydays a month. Of course, yes, some of them may fall on the same day, but you get the idea. Let's take a look at exactly which 7 stocks we're talking about today. And here's the list, guys. These are the 7 top monthly dividend stocks that we're going to look at for 2021 in order of how we're going to look at these. You can see the name over there on the left. You've got the ticker symbol down the center aisle, and then you've got the dividend yield that they're paying out every single month. Now that dividend yield is the total, right? So if you were to take that and divide it by 12, that's what you're going to get every single month. But that is the annual dividend yield that these are paying out. Okay, now we're going to get into each one of them individually. I'm also going to show you guys, as I tend to do, the tip rank screen showcasing whether or not the analysts think that is a strong stock for you to be invested in, as well as what the potential 12-month upside or downside of each one of these stocks is, so that you'll know not only do you have a dividend every single month, but you could have some growth potential in the coming 12 months. So let's get into each one of these. I'm going to try to go through them quickly. I know it's a lot of stocks. I'm not wasting your time. Let's get into it. Okay, number 1 on the list is Epr Realty, and that's a real estate investment trust, or Reit, which we know we love. We've talked about these in the past. They have to pay out every single month or every single quarter based on how much money they make. So this is a fantastic opportunity for you passive income investors, right? This is one of the great monthly income stocks because they generate recurring rental incomes. And the company owns freestanding retail properties secured by triple net leases, meaning the tenants bear responsibility for the building insurance, maintenance, and real estate taxes. So it allows them to focus on owning property leased to the retailers like grocery stores, home improvements, dollar stores, and drug stores, which are a lot less susceptible to disruption from commerce. Switched to being a monthly payer as of January of this year, but they have an excellent dividend track record overall, and they've increased their dividend at 5% compound annual rate over the last 10 years. And again, Epr Realty is pushing a dividend yield of 3.7%, but check out their 12-month price target. They have an upside of 16.36%, guys. They're trading at under $70, but 5 strong ratings look at an $80.80 price target in the next 12 months. So you're looking at getting those monthly payments from the dividends as passive income, but also the likelihood of getting 16% upside or growth on the value of the stock itself in the next year. Next up on our list is Gladstone Land, and they're also a REIT, but they specialize in owning farmland and farm-related facilities, and they primarily lease these to farmers on triple net lease basis as well. What that really means, guys, is that they're not responsible for all the overhead that normally comes with owning a property. They let the people renting the property take care of all of those fees, so they just have to sit back and collect rent. Gladstone Land has a solid dividend history, and that REIT has increased its payout 23 times in the last 26 quarters, expanding it by more than 50% during that time frame. And with a 2.4% dividend yield, it is still notably higher than the average you'd see from the S&P 500. Now, looking at this 12-month price target, still, guys, this is really strong. 14.23% upside in the next 12 months. That is far exceeding that average of 10% you'd see from the S&P 500 over the last 100 years. So if they can manage that, you're looking at those dividends every month again, plus some strong growth potential. And if you're not noticing a trend yet, you probably should. Third on our list is Epr Properties. You guessed it, another REIT. They specialize in owning experiential real estate, such as movie theaters, eat and play venues, ski resorts, and gaming facilities. And they secure these properties by signing, what you think? Yes, a triple net lease with everybody operating in their venues. Now, we'd be remiss to not mention that the pandemic has definitely taken a hit on experiential real estate, such as movie theaters and venues like that, right? But as they start to pull themselves out of this situation and more people get out doing more activities, they definitely stand to benefit from that. They have a lot of attractive yield in that REIT, and they are going to continue increasing their payouts in the future because they're going to start expanding their portfolio. They have more than $500 million cash as of the middle of 2021, but also an undrawn $1 billion credit facility they can use to go shopping for more experiential real estate. And EPR has a 6.1% annual dividend yield, which is fantastic, but also a little bit of growth potential here. Over 3.2% upside potential in the next 12 months. I think as long as you don't see price depreciation from your passive income stocks, you're doing pretty good. I like seeing those dividends come in. I'm not 100% worried about the growth, but if it's there, if we can get it, as you saw with those first two stocks, that is best of both worlds. Stepping outside of the REIT world for a moment, number 4 on our list, Pambina Pipeline. And this is a Canadian energy infrastructure company operating pipelines, processing plants, storage terminals, and export facilities. And the company primarily leases the capacity to utilize its assets to other energy companies under long-term fixed rate contracts. And these agreements enable Pambina to generate that steady cash flow they're using to pay out those dividends. Now, Pambina is also at 6.1% annual dividend rate, and they have a moderate buy rating with, again, over 3% potential upside in the next 12 months from a $34.40 to a $35.49 price target, guys. So again, you're looking at a fantastic dividend yield, paying out monthly, and still the potential for the value of the stock to increase along the way. Number 5 on our list, possibly everybody's favorite monthly dividend payer. I couldn't leave this one out, Realty Income. And when it comes to monthly dividend stocks, this is the clear leader, and it bills itself as the monthly dividend company. They have paid 615 consecutive monthly dividends as of 2021. And Realty Income has increased its dividend 112 times since its IPO in 1994, including in each of the past 96 straight quarters, giving this REIT more than 25 years of dividend increase, qualifying it as a dividend aristocrat. Realty Income is bringing in 4.1% annual dividend yield, again paying out monthly, and we're looking at the potential for over 10% on this one, guys, in the next 12 months. So it's at least matching the S&P's average over the last 100 years, while simultaneously paying over 4% in annual dividends on a monthly basis. Number 6 on the list, SL Green. And yes, this is another REIT, guys. We've got to take advantage of these. It's the largest office landlord in New York City. And if you've ever tried to rent anything in New York City, you know you are paying a premium. And while the city's office sector has faced some pandemic-related challenges, SL Green has held up relatively well. SL Green coming up with 5.3% annual dividends. And here we are, we're looking at a possible downside though for this stock, okay? So not all of these are gonna have a great upside potential, right? But we are seeing a strong dividend out of them, but it does look like analysts see the possibility for the stock to decline in the next 12 months. 1.86% specifically, but who knows what could happen as people start to return to work in New York City and in the buildings that SL Green leases. Last but not least, one you've probably heard of, again, another REIT, and that is Stag Industrial. And they are a fantastic monthly dividend payer, focusing on owning industrial real estate such as warehouses and light industrial facilities. And those properties are obviously in high demand these days since the pandemic accelerated e-commerce adoption and increased manufacturing in the US to combat supply chain issues. They have also steadily increased their dividend over the years. Driving its growth has been the ability to consistently expand that portfolio, as they've added more than 400 properties to their portfolio since its IPO a decade ago. And Stag is looking at 3.5% APR annually as a monthly dividend paying stock, with over 6.4% upside potential in the next 12 months, from $42.74 up to $45.50. All right, guys, so with nearly 50 companies paying out monthly, I narrowed it down for you guys to 7. So you can look through all of those 7, mostly REITs, and do some due diligence, determine which ones fit your portfolio and your risk tolerance the best. But guys, the ability to make passive income every single month, seeing 7 paydays every single month, while also seeing some potential growth in the next 12 months from your stock choices, that is best of both worlds. So thanks for checking out today's video. Hopefully you found something of value here, maybe even learned something. As always, if you enjoyed the video, give me a big thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, guys, enjoy your Sunday and bottoms up.